Hello everybody, it's me Heather, and I wanted to do a very thorough review of the Christian Louboutin nail color as well as the base coat and the top coat. So how I'm going to do this is, well, my nails are naked right now, and they're actually, this is my natural nails, they're actually a very nice length right now, so this is the perfect time to test this out. And I'm going to do this over the course of a week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the base coat, 2 coats if enough, 2 coats of color, and of course the top coat. I'm going to do all those steps on my left hand. On my right hand, I'm just going to wear 2 coats of color, no base coat, no top coat, and I'm going to try to wear all of these for a week to test them out, because if you didn't know, this stuff's kind of expensive, and I want to know if it's worth the high dollar. Are we just paying for name and packaging aesthetic, or is this nail lacquer actually good quality as well? So this is the shade Ni-Toi Ni-Moi. I ordered this from Sephora.com. It is $50, and the shade Ni-Toi Ni-Moi is listed as a mint green. So like I said, I'm going to wear 2 coats of that on my right hand. On my left hand, I'm going to do the entire system. You can buy this as a set for $55. $55. This is the base coat, the top coat. So I'm going to do base coat, 2 coats of color, and the top coat on my left hand. I'm going to come back after I've applied everything just to give you my initial first impression. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this video on hold. After that, I'll come back in a couple of days. I'm thinking around probably the 3rd day, kind of midway between, because I want to try to keep these on for a week. And I'll check in with you guys to see if there's been a lot of tip wear, if there's been any chipping, any dull in the finish. We'll just see how it holds up. And then I'll come back around on the 7th day, and I'm going to edit this all together, and it'll be one nice big review for you guys. So I'll be back in a moment after I've done my nails, and I'll give you guys my initial first impression. I have just completed polishing my nails, and my first impressions of the nail polish is, first off, very nice formula. It's not too runny, not too thick, just right. And it's pretty much a 1-coater formula, although I did opt to go ahead and do 2 thin coats because I always like that extra opaque look. But you can get away with 1 thick coat and basically a 1-coater. It has kind of, you know, your typical nail polish smell. I feel like this one smells a little stronger than some, but hopefully that means it'll also last a little longer than some. This is actually really comfortable to hold when you polish your nails. I actually really like this. It looks like it would be really big and cumbersome, but it's really just, even like the little wedge here that they have around the top, you can really just rest your finger in there while you're holding this, almost like you're holding a pen or a pencil. It has just a typical style brush, which I'm glad. I don't like it when brushes are too wide or too thick, because I find it's really hard to keep it from overlapping on the sides of my nails or touching my cuticle. But nail polish is very nice. The base coat looks white in the bottle, and it applies slightly milky, and it does dry down clear. And the top coat has a very, very glossy finish. It has a very runny consistency, so whenever you first take it out, you might really want to just let it drip out for a second and then rub on the inside and then apply, but you're able to apply a nice, you know, even layer. I did not notice that the color transferred from the nail to the top coat, which is always good. And so this is the hand with all 3 steps, base coat, 2 coats of color, and the top coat. And this is the hand with just 2 coats of color. As you can see, they are pretty similar. You can barely tell that one has a little bit more going on than the other. And the dry time is also decent. By the time, you know, I went ahead and just did this full hand first, base coat, 2 coats of color, and then the top coat. Then I went ahead and did 2 coats of this. By the time I was done doing 2 coats of just the color on this hand, I noticed that this had pretty much dried down to about 90%, so it dries pretty quickly. I'm really psyched about this. I'm really liking this so far. This is the first time in my life, literally, that I've ever bought a nail polish that just owning it. Just taking it out of the box and looking at it and holding it made me feel glamorous and luxurious. I'm just if you love nail polish, this is so far, I don't know about wear time, so we'll see how I feel when I come back in a couple of days. But so far, I think this is totally worth the splurge. I've literally never been so excited about a nail polish. I just think it's just an amazing way to treat yourself. Total splurge, absolutely. So far, it's worth every penny. I hope I still feel that way in a couple of days. I hope I still feel that way after a week of wear. So I will be back in 3 days. And at the time I'm filming this, it is November 15th, 2014. So I will come back on, let's say, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'll come back on Tuesday. How about I come back on Tuesday and I will give you my initial thoughts of how it's holding up. All right, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. It is Wednesday, November 19th, so I wanted to go ahead and check in with you guys and let you know how the nail polish is holding up. So I'm happy to say pretty darn good. So let me start with the differences. So this hand is the base coat, 2 coats of color, and the top coat hand. And honestly, there's almost no tip wear, very, very, very minimal tip wear, which is really nice. But as you'll see there, I did actually manage to chip the nail polish. Sorry, my autofocus isn't kicking in. I did manage to chip the nail polish on this nail, but I actually blame myself and not the nail polish because late last night I was checking the mails because our goofy mailman kind of sucks. We have this new mailman that he's new by like 2 months, and he has this habit of he'll deliver your stuff, but then like 2 hours later, an hour later, he'll come back again because he forgot to deliver something else the first time round. So I ended up finding out that a package I had been expecting had actually arrived after he came back a second time. I didn't know he came back a second time. So I was searching in my mailbox late at night, and I wasn't paying attention when I opened up my mailbox, and I slid my hand in like this. So it literally scraped the metal corner of the mailbox, and I literally like just felt the nail polish like fly off. So I basically skinned my nail. But other than that, this is holding up amazingly well. Sorry, you might hear my microwave in the background. So this hand is just 2 coats of color, and it's also actually holding up very well. I only today noticed a little bit of discoloration, but I've been using a lot of hand sanitizer the past couple of days. Like, I mean, a lot. I mean, I wash my hands a lot, and I switched to a cheap brand of hand sanitizer, and I think just alcohol content is literally drying the nail polish out. So I don't know how well you can see it in the viewfinder, but it's looking a little bit cloudy. So I think it's just literally like either it's leaving a film from the hand sanitizer on my nails or it's drying it out. But before like I started using this new hand sanitizer that I actually switched to today, now that I think about it, yeah, it's this hand sanitizer. These look exactly alike. This one is only slightly more glossy than just the 2 coats of color, but this nail polish is holding up amazingly. Like I said, I'll come back again on, I guess, Friday. I think Friday will be the last day, and I'll give you my final thoughts. But so far, I'm totally happy. I'm really digging this nail polish. So far, it's totally been worth the splurge. So I'll be back on Friday with my final thoughts, and we'll see how everything looks. And I was going to fix this, but you know what? I'll go ahead and leave this because we'll see if it like continues to chip. But I mean, this got chipped last night and it hasn't chipped any further since then. So, and I just now noticed this very small chip on the side here. But other than that, everything's holding up very, very nicely. All right, I will see you guys on Friday. It is now today, during the day, Friday, November 21st. And I wanted to go ahead and just give you guys my final thoughts and show you what's happened since I last filmed on Wednesday. So since then, I have had a little bit more chipping. So this one, the first nail that chipped, but basically because I scraped it against my metal mailbox, hasn't chipped any further. This one also chipped a little, but again, not a lot. Still pretty average tip wear, I would say. And this one right here, I actually bent my nail in half. You know how sometimes you just accidentally hit something or you're picking up something and it literally bent in half. So I'm surprised my nail didn't break. And that part of the nail polish just popped off right when that happened, just like the impact and the bending. So, long story short, I think I'm just pretty clumsy with my left hand anyways, whereas with my right hand, as you can see, I have absolutely no chipping. I just have tip wear, which is not too bad for a week. The finish on this one is slightly duller. I don't know how well you guys can see that. The finish on my right hand is slightly duller. So on my right hand, I only have 2 coats of color, no base coat, no top coat. And I started using, like I said, a new hand sanitizer, a cheap one, that I think it just has a really, really, really high alcohol content. And since I didn't have a base coat or a top coat on this set of nails, it clouded up the nail polish. It got really dull. It dried it up. Whereas with this one, this has the base coat, 2 coats of color, and the top coat. It's still just as shiny. And like I said, it's not dried out. It's, there is considerable chipping on my left hand, but I don't think it's because of the base coat and the top coat. Like I said, I literally think it's just because I'm right-handed anyways. I'm right-hand dominant, and since this is my dominant hand, you're more aware of what you do with it and where it's at. And whereas with my left hand, it's just, it's not my dominant hand, so I think I'm just a little bit more clumsy with it and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I bent my nail forward, I bent my nail on this one, and then on this one, I scraped it on a nail box, so I think I'm just clumsy. But all in all, okay, so $55 for the base coat and top coat duo. Is it worth it? I'm gonna say yes. I know there's tons of base coats and top coats out there, so obviously this is not a must. It's definitely not a must. It's a nice splurge, and if you just want to have like the matching bottles for the Christian Louboutin, forgot what brand it was for a second, Christian Louboutin, then it's a very nice splurge. The top coat is very nice. I will say this about the base coat. What I can tell is, this is a pretty dark color. It did not stain my nails, which is nice. So, basically the base coat did its job. It allowed this nail polish to go on smoothly and to adhere. And from where I can see the chipping, this nail polish was not able to stain my nails in the week that I've worn it. So the base coat's decent. The top coat I think is really great. Like I said, because it stayed super shiny no matter how many times I put on hand cream, no matter how many times I washed my hands, no matter how many times I used this cheap hand sanitizer that dried out my nail polish on this hand. It didn't do that on this one. So I would say go for it if you're looking for a nice splurge, you want to feel kind of fancy, or you just, want to collect the bottles. Yeah, like I said, I know there's tons of cheap, affordable, excellent quality base coats and top coats out there, so you can always pass on this. It's definitely not a must by any means, but if you wanted to have like the matching base coat and top coat for your Christian Louboutin nail polish, this is worth picking up. So the nail polish itself, even without a base coat or top coat, you can see this held up extremely well over the course of a week. The only thing that messed it up was, I can't say it enough, is this cheap hand sanitizer that I've been using. So that's good to know that next time I want to wear this, I will definitely pair it with the base coat and the top coat so that I get that nice protected wear and it doesn't get cloudy or dull. Pretty average tip wear, as you can see. It's pretty normal for 7 days, and no chipping. So, can I recommend the Christian Louboutin nail polish? Absolutely. Again, I know there are, you could probably definitely find a dupe for this color. This color is called Nitoine Noir. They describe it as a mint green. To me, it's a deep teal green, but that's just me. But it is gorgeous. I love it. I'm so glad I picked it up. I will definitely get more in the future. I think what I'll do is I'll definitely collect them slowly over time. So maybe I'll treat myself to one a month, if that at all. because I definitely want more of these. I love the bottles. The formula is excellent. And the wear time, just 2 coats of color on my nails, is amazing. So yes, $50 is an outrageous price for a nail polish, but this is the only time I've ever had a nail polish that made me feel glamorous. It made me feel luxurious. I mean, this is literally luxury in a bottle that you can wear on your nails. So yeah, the $50 price tag it's high. It's definitely a splurge because you can find 99-cent bottles of nail polish that are probably in this color. But this one you're proud to have and display, and it gives you that crazy sense of, it gives you that crazy pride of ownership that you get from having something fancy, something expensive, something nice. I mean, so if you want to treat yourself, go for it. Or, you know, the holidays are coming up, add it to your wish list. Get somebody to treat you to it. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this review. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope I answered all your questions. If not, just leave some comments or questions down below, and I'll definitely get back to you. I love it when you guys interact with me. That's always just a ton of fun for me to read your comments, and I love being able to respond to you and just have a conversation about makeup, expensive nail polish, whatever. All right, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.